I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Let's entertain.
Everyone's talking about the new Netflix hit, Baby Reindeer.
I really don't know where it's going to end. I think one of us is going to have to die now.
You say this woman's stalking you?
Yeah, like 6 months maybe.
Why'd it take you so long to report it?
I think she needs help. She comes to my work.
Got really manly hands, haven't you? Chiseled jawline.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my stalker. Say hello to Martha.
Don't you say that to me! Apologise to me right now!
Can't take my mum anywhere.
You're shite.
Look, Martha, just go back home.
I have a sneaky feeling you might be the death of me.
Whoa, Emma.
Emma Gillespie, hi.
Good morning, hello. Well, it's the show everyone is talking about, Baby Reindeer on Netflix, or if you've seen it, Baby Reindeer on Netflix.
Nicely done.
An amazing show that is just taking the internet by storm at the moment. If you haven't seen it, it's about this comedian. His name is Richard Gadd. It's actually, he stars in the show. So it was a real life situation that he lived, and he's written this show now. And he plays this comedian called Donnie Dunn. He's a sort of failed guy in London trying to make it in the comedy scene. Quite a sad character, and he meets this woman, Martha. By chance, one day she comes into his pub and she's crying. He feels sorry for her. He gives her a cup of tea. And from there, this obsession kind of blooms for this Martha character. And she's
obsessing over him.
Whole obsession with this guy. It's sort of this weird friendship dynamic that then turns very, very sinister, and everyone has just become entranced by this story. But it's taken a bit of a different turn this week, or in recent days. Of course, internet sleuths have gotten online. They're trying to find out the real identity of who the actual stalker is, who the real Martha is. And it's prompted the creator of the show to come out and tell everyone to stop. He's like, guys, please stop trying to find out who she is.
Right.
It's been sorted. That's not what the point of the show is.
But he can't dictate that. He can't control that. And it's not only the character of Martha, without giving too much away about the show, there is another character who is not a good person. And that person works as a comedy writer and producer. And apparently that person's also been identified, because the show starts with not this is even based on a real story. It's this is a true story. So you're going to get internet sleuths doing exactly that, trying to identify who those people are.
And of course that was going to happen. I think it speaks to that this show maybe didn't know how big it was going to become. It's a Scottish production, a Netflix show. I mean, some Netflix shows go gangbusters without anyone expecting them to, and others, flop. But this has become a global sensation.
That's right. And people are saying, where's the compliance from Netflix? How in this modern era, they know very well their audience are going to be internet sleuths. This is who their audience is. How could they not? How could they have had meeting after meeting and no one saying, do we need to control the narrative here? Do we need to change something about the characters so they're not identifiable?
Yeah. And so Richard Gadd, who created it, the character that you've alluded to there, Amanda, another sort of producer, comedy writer who's been sort of identified, but not really. He's been incorrectly identified. And that prompted the creator to come out and say, yeah, people that I love, have worked with and admire, including Sean Foley, who's the name of this comedy producer who's been incorrectly labelled, are unfairly getting caught up in speculation. Please don't speculate on who any of the real life people could be. That's not the point of the show, which has gotten people talking about, well, what is the point of the show then? And I suppose it's this story of an imperfect victim. One of the most fascinating things to me about Baby Reindeer is that you've got this guy, Donnie, who is a victim. He is being harassed and stalked and intimidated. But there's this strange part of him that is connected to his stalker, that kind of needs his stalker, that really feeds off the compliments that she gives him or the fact that she needs him. And it's this really interesting kind of to and fro of, normally I suppose in TV shows we see that really black and white relationship between, okay, stalker bad, victim good, but this really blurs those lines and it makes you really uncomfortable when
He
you watch
almost
it.
encourages her.
That's along the way you're going, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
And stop. And other times you go, yes, he's doing the right thing. But he's not us in that show. He is a flawed character himself. It's some of the best television I've ever seen. It's very uncomfortable. The second last episode where he opens up, it's just, I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, yeah. I challenge anyone to watch it and not feel moved in lots of different complicated ways.
But it's hard. It's not an easy watch, but it is extraordinary.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see some legal action maybe to come.
Yeah, right.
There are some defamation experts who have sort of weighed in on this and said that, the show doesn't really make people unrecognizable in the ways that it should. So, for example, the fact that it's set in London, there's a lot of the story that unfolds in a pub and the stalker is an ex-lawyer. Apparently all of those things are true.
And
so
what
they're saying, why not set it in Manchester, in a library, with a doctor who was struck off.
And they're using her actual tweets, texts and things to him. People have just put that into search engines and they've traced it to this woman.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a shame if the creators of this show wanted to have a conversation about kind of abuse and what the imperfect victim looks like, that's been distracted from, and we're now, all doing the armchair detective thing. But of course we are.
Yeah,
it's the
Netflix,
most human thing.
That's right. Netflix should have protected everybody.
That's what you do. That's what you do. I had a stalker once. I had a couple. I've had a couple.
Really?
Of stalkers. Yeah, I've had two
That's
ladies.
very scary.
Well, there was one when I was many years ago, and she just wouldn't let go. Like she just kept under a different name.
Did you like it a little bit?
No, it was very freaky, very scary.
It
and
is
she
scary.
knew where I lived. She knew everything.
Wow.
And then I caught her. I actually caught her. And so she was under a fake name, Cassandra, and I found out I won't say her real name.
Did you go to the police?
No, I caught her by accident. She rang the radio station I was working at chasing a prize, and for some reason I was walking through the promotions department. I don't know why I answered the phone. It was just ringing. I just picked up and went, hello, and she started talking.
Did you recognise the
about
voice?
This prize, and I went cold. I felt this chill.
Oh my
and
God.
then I went, Cassandra. And then because I'd got all her address, I got everything about her. And then
was it her voice you recognised?
Yes, straight away. Straight away.
And
so
then
how did she have your phone number?
No, she used to ring the radio
The
station.
station.
I used to do the night show, and she'd ring every night.
Right.
So
And it
once
just-
she'd been found out.
once she'd been found out, never heard from her again.
Interesting.
And I knew her address and everything where she lived.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really scary.
But it's interesting too, the role of police. He goes to the police and they say, well, we can't do anything until it's violent. We're looking at all of that with these steps
Yeah.
against violence against women. We're going to be talking to the Minister for Women too, in New South Wales. They're making announcing money for a new initiative. That's a big part of it,
That's a
isn't
big
it?
part.
Oh, the way the police handle it is dreadful. And, I'm sure hindsight is 20/20, but they must have been
Yeah.
really embarrassed when it all sort of came to light. But it is interesting seeing a male victim portrayed in that way as well, seeing him kind of wrestle with the pride of the stalker and his ego and going to the cops and handling it. And, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So Baby Reindeer on Netflix would
Check it out.
highly recommend.
Thank you, Em.
entertainment.